I'm going to talk or show the hands-on demo step by step on Spring MVC. In my previous series of YouTube videos, I made many videos on the dependency injection. The link is coming on up. I would recommend please visit or watch all the dependency injection videos so you will have the good understanding on that. Let us move. I will just take the 30-40 second discuss about that MVC, then we will move to the coding part. Okay, and we will set up one code for MVC step by step from end to end. Okay, what is the actual MVC? MVC, when you do or when you make the web application, that time this design pattern is very useful. Actually, MVC is a design pattern who will solve common type of the web development work. So it will give you very basic or very important guideline that how you separate your model or you view and control to each other, and how you make the your project very much rules coupled. So as I'm showing here, Spring MVC help in building flexible and the rules coupling application, and it is based upon the model view controller. And what is the model view and control? There are the three parts, right? So model is responsible to take your data, encapsulate your data and move all the different layers, right? And view, where you can see the output that we render your model data in some JSP or some different kind of view pages. And controller is the main part who will have the business logic and who will connect your DAO layer database, do all the operation and return back the model and view to your dispatcher. That I will show in diagram and discuss further. But in nutshell, if your web browser is like this and you give any request, that request has been captured by the front controller. So we will have the one front controller and we could have the many controller. Controller is the actual guys who will do your job. Front controller is just they will delegate your work according to your request to the different controller, right? And then controller will do all the business logic and they will send the model to view, and view will show the data on the web browser that we will see. But next I want to see first what is the web application. In very short, you use the facebook.com, amazon.com, any website. This is a UI part, right? And when you hit any button, that request goes to the backend and backend do all the operation and give to the response to you, right? So this backend actually under the one application server. So you need one application server for any kind of the web application project. So that's why I recommend you first before you start the hands-on, you go the web page and download at least for the Apache Tomcat application server that will be required during the coding. And that's I was saying that a model contain the data, view is the presentation layer, and the C is the control part. Let me discuss this architecture, and again after the coding again I will come back here to make the complete understanding. So we will have the one front controller that would be responsible to get the request, and as per the request they will get to the different controller. So we could have the many controller, right? And this controller will connect the DAO, ORM, database, anything, and execute the business logic. Then this controller will have the model as well as the page, which page we have to show. Those information they will also have. And it's sent to the front controller. Now front controller will do, they will take the help of the view resolver and say, hey view resolver, I got this view name from the controller. Now you tell me, and or you have to give me the view, right? The actual view page name, which JSP or which view name, with the help of this model, and they will return the complete view, and they will return as a request as a response to the browser, and how it works, right? And the next this diagram will show after completing our the hands-on. So I would say the move but first I will say go to the just search Tomcat server download, we get the first here, and come to this zip, download this zip and keep in some folder. That's it. That's installation is complete. Okay, now let us open the Eclipse here and right click, and here if you see here that either you can go the files or okay, here go file or new, or you can do here also, right click, new and project, and choose the Maven project. And don't click this one because I need to take some archetype. It's visible. Yeah, now give the next, and here we have to filter an org on the archetype. So put the org Apache Maven and hit the enter button. They will filter out which archetype we have to take it, right? So it will come. Somehow system is slow, but it should come now. Yeah, now you go scroll. If you can see this one, Maven archetype web app, that I need. Next, give any group ID name, your name or which company you can put that. I have given the Binod.Suman. Artifact, I want to give the MVC underscore demo, and that will automatically make your package name also. That's it. Now go to the finish, right? And you can see that MVC demo is came here, right? So what first I will do, first we have to resolve the all the dependencies, and we have to little bit set up the project also here. So what you have to do here, first go to the dependencies, pom.xml. Here this is the pom.xml, right? This pom.xml, and they have already added from their but we have to add 3 dependencies with the version name of the 4.3.11 for the Spring framework. So I would say come here in properties tab, right, and add this line. Anyhow, I will share the code and I will share the GitHub location with this description. After do that, you will have to add the 3 dependencies. See, these are the 3 dependencies. Okay, just save it. And if you confirm that your project has been set to the minimum 1.8 Java version. So what you do, go to the project, right click and go to the properties, and here you go to the Java compiler and see it is 1.7. So uncheck here and make the 1.8 minimum. Then go to the Java build path also, and here you can see libraries tab, right? Let me maximize a little bit. So hit here library page, go to the 1.7 and edit it and make the 1.8 at least. I have configured the alternate JRE 1.8, but anything is okay, more 1.8 and more than 1.8, right? And finish it. And also you have to type the facet, FACETS, facet, apply now. And you can say in the project facet you see the Java, it is also showing the 1.7, so you have to make it 1.8. So this project configuration you have to do, okay, and then apply and close. You can see here button, right? Apply and close. and click on the yes. So now your project environment has been set up. Let us start our work one by one. So first and foremost, if you see here in the web application, the three things is very much important. One, the web.xml that will configure your dispatcher servlet, the front controller. Then we need the one dispatcher XML. They would have the name resolver or view resolver information, and one index JSP that will your home page, right? And we should have mechanism to create the WAR file. So now if you come to the code and if you see the pom.xml, anyhow we have already this information package. Package would be the WAR file, no problem. Now come to the web.xml. So here is the web.xml. If you see here, project src main web app, inside web.nf we have the web.xml, right? So what you have to do in web.xml, little bit you have to code to make the compatible for the web application in the Spring framework. So you have to copy this part. I'm just reviewing everything. So or yeah, web.nf we need the very good web.nf with all the requirement. So these things you have to do that, and I will provide the GitHub code, you can do that. And then you have to make one dispatcher servlet that would be your front end. So come here. So see, I have given the this dispatcher servlet, right? This is the center dispatcher servlet. If you see all the details of the dispatcher servlet, right? So we have to give dispatcher servlet, and I'm giving the name for dispatcher servlet is the dispatcher. Then you have to also map that when any request will come, in which case this your request should go to the dispatcher. So anything, suppose if you have the abc.com, so the moment you hit the abc.com or the base URL, this dispatcher should be activated, right? So I'm not giving anything, I'm giving all the calls. Any call should come, it should dispatcher servlet. And for the name resolver or any other configuration, we need one more configuration file, as I says, the dispatcher-servlet.com. So keep this all the name together, here dispatcher, and here dispatcher. Okay, that's it for this the web.xml. Now you have to create this file, right? So copy this name, and this file should be also go inside the web.nf here. So right click web.nf, go others, and go the XML file and give the name dispatcher servlet. Finish it. In dispatcher servlet, what we have to do, now in dispatcher servlet, first you have to create one complete bin information to make this the Spring compatible. So if you see here, and we have already seen this file when you create the bin, right? This is the bin container. Actually we are making the application container, right? Application container needs the bin factory information metadata, so we are doing that, right? And first and foremost that I have to add one package information, which package they have to go and find out the controller. So by default MVC demo, this name, which name the artifact ID, they make one package there. So mvc.demo. Okay, now you have to give the information for the view resolver. What is a view resolver? As I says that there are the two parts in the view resolver. One is the prefix, one is the suffix. So controller will give only the name of the view, but you have to make this information here. So if you see I will from controller it will come the about just, but to make the complete path of the about, your new name resolver would be there. So this is the prefix, wave and views, and this JSP is the suffix. So prefix output from controller, and the suffix will make the complete path here. That's why this information is required. This is the prefix and suffix here, right? So you should have this path web.nf.view. So in this web.nf I don't have the views, so you have to create one folder. That folder name should be the views. After completing all those things, then we are almost done. Now we have to make the one controller. How to make the controller? So come here, and if you see the Java resource here, right click and create one Java class. And you see automatic they will take the name of the package MVC demo and give the demo controller any name you can give it. But how you will inform to Spring Framework that this is your controller? So for that you have to add the controller annotation, right? So I add the controller. Let me resolve with this. So that's why we add all the dependency, so it should work now. So now what you have to do, one important thing is that we have to add one method here. Forget about for time being this part. And what is the method? You have to import all the required things. So I have method show message. You can give any name. This is my method name, show message. And you can see this is my controller and this is the return type model and view, right? So if you see remember my diagram, in this diagram I have said that this controller will return the model and view also, right? So for the time being I am not sending any model, I am just sending the view name. So suppose my view name is the about, or the website they used to have the one about section, right? So this is the about, right? So whenever you will give the base URL, base means the abc.com or the base URL, it will hit the index.jsp. so let me make the index.jsp also. Okay, this is my web, and you can add the one title also, right? This is your for the index.jsp is the home page. But suppose after index.jsp, if you want to put the about, so how it will work? So for about, if you want to hit this method, then you have to pass the request mapping about. So the moment now they will get the about, and this method we call, I'm not passing anything, I'm just passing the about, right? And this is the view name. And after resolving, what is the complete view name? It will become the web.inf and then view, and then view we should have one about.jsp, right? So inside the view you have to make one JSP page, that name should be there, about.jsp. And you can say this is about page, and you can make something anything, informations. Okay, this is the about page. Okay, now we have done almost everything. Now we are good to run the code. So if you see here, come Maven here, Maven demo, MVC demo, go and run, and it is showing the run on application. So here I want to save all the code, and see I have already configured the Tomcat and localhost. But how you will do that? It's you just run it, and without server also it will give the option to install it. Otherwise, if it is not here, you can go equips preferences and you will get one server option, and here server option you can add the project here, right? Runtime environment you can add. So I have already add here. So for you, you can just go and edit, and where you have downloaded the Tomcat, you can give the path. That's it. Now run this code. So right click here, run, and just finish it. Now you can see this progress, it is running here, and automatically it will open the browser, and by default it will show the which page, index.xml. See, we have given the index, welcome to all great engineer. Runtime also you can change. Now I save it index.xml. Again I went here and it is refactoring, right? And it is not necessary that you can open from here, you can open from your browser also, right? You go browser here, I have already copied the path, paste the path, it should work here, right? Now I want to show the demo controller here, and I want to keep it side here. So if you see this, the base path for my browser, for my web application. Now if you give the about, see here, about, then what happen? It should call to the about JSP, right? And we should have the one about JSP, and that should become here. I think in about page we have done some mistake. See, title should be like this. I had missed one thing. Save it. That's why I'm saying it should work. Now you can see this is working, right? This about page is working. Whatever I have given, it is coming. Now I will show one more important thing, and you can see that the request param, right? I have given the name, and also if you want to give some information, so I have the one suppose I have one message, and I want to send this message to the front page. Now I'm going to show you how the model works. So now in this model and view, they have the view information and they have the model information also. So I'm sending the message also, and name is also. And name, how the name will come, it will come through your path, means from here I will pass the name. If I not pass the name, by default it will take my name, because I have given the required is false, and then it will show you. Okay, I have already saved it. Now let me show. So now, okay, so it will go to the about page, right? So now in about page, what you have to do, you have to add this here. So make one line. So message and name. So this message and name coming from the backend, right? Now go here in about. Okay, I was showing here about and enter. So now his name and welcome is coming from the UI, from the my controller. This name, this message and the name is coming from here, right? Now here you can also pass the name. That's why the use of the request mapping. So question mark name is equal to, you can say we get. So you see, now it is effective. Now that is taking the from here, right? This was all about the first working code of the Spring MVC, and with the help of the web.xml. Okay, next video I will show you how you can make the MVC project, Spring MVC, without the web.xml, right? Yeah, thank you very much. Be kind and please subscribe this channel. Thank you.